My boyfriend of 5 months spent the night at his ex's house. They were together on, off for 3 years and they broke up officially around this time last year. I'm still friends with one of my exes, so I didn't really think anything of it when he told me he was still friends with one of his. They don't hang out alone, they only hang out with their close-knit group of friends. I've met them all and they're really nice people. I've never had any reason to doubt anything he's told me. He has been cheated on by this particular ex, and it really shook him up, otherwise they'd probably still be together, so I don't think he would ever cheat on me or anyone else. He's just not coded that way. That said, he 28M and I 25F were supposed to hang out last night after work but I couldn't get a hold of him. His phone was either turned off or the battery was dead. Either way, my night was put on hold for hours until I finally decided to just eat out by myself. I was already dressed and ready to go, so I just left, grabbed some pho by myself and came home to find 0 texts/calls from him. I left my phone at home by accident. He didn't get back to me, nor did he stop by the apartment, according to my roommate. On a whim, I popped onto IG to see what he was doing, if he had posted anything that day. I was partially worried that something bad had happened to him, and partially suspicious. I've never had any reason to feel suspicious of him before. As I scrolled through IG, however, I noticed that his ex had posted something. For whatever reason I follow her and she follows me. The photo was taken at his favorite restaurant. She took a photo of her dessert, and you can clearly see him in the background, seated across from her, his elbows on the table. She made the post hours before he and I were supposed to hang out. And in the image description she mentions having a movie night with him. One of their friends, whom I've grown close to, commented on the photo with a question mark. There was no reply. I was kind of numb at that point. I wasn't sure what any of it meant, but I knew he was doing something he shouldn't have been, and that he had blown me off in the process. Again, this was completely unlike him. It could have been that he had simply forgotten our plans. We organized it a week prior, which is long enough to forget. That said, I'm his girlfriend. He should remember. He should at least make sure he's reachable. I went to bed last night feeling sick with worry, and then when I woke up this morning, I found 5 texts from him saying the following. Hey, I'm so sorry. I forgot we had plans. Kathy and I marathoned Westworld and I fell asleep. My phone died. I'm an idiot. Please forgive me. How about I pick you up tonight and we go to that new sushi place on Main? Just you and I. I love you. I don't really know what to think. He has always made a point to never hang out with her alone. He hasn't made any promises to me in any explicit words, but when he and I first got together, he told me things between him and Kathy were completely finished, and that he had no desire to hang out with her alone anymore. He said the only reason they still occasionally see each other is because they're part of the same social circle. It's the same with my ex and I, except I've never hung out with him one-on-one post-breakup, and I don't plan on it. I replied back asking if anything happened between them and he said, no, of course not. I would never do that to you. But he would make himself unavailable for hours without even thinking to say hi to me all day? Our plans were for 8 o'clock. Unless he's had a rough day at work, he usually stays up much later than that, except he didn't have work yesterday, so I don't understand how he would magically fall asleep so early in the night. I trust him, but at the same time, I feel betrayed. Update. Okay, I did not think I would be posting an update on this situation, but so much has happened since I posted the original. For those of you who didn't read my mini update in the comments of the first thread, my ex-boyfriend did in fact cheat on me with Kathy, his ex-girlfriend, and I did in fact break up with him. For a few days he left me alone. Then last weekend on the day of my brother's wedding, my ex decided it was wise to crash the reception. He showed up in a full suit, made nice with some extended family of mine that he knew, and then sought me out as I slipped away to use the bathroom. You won't believe how shocked/unsettled I was to see him there. As some of you may know, I blocked and deleted him from everything when I broke up with him, so I guess he showed up as a last-ditch effort? Why he thought it was a good idea to crash my brother's wedding, I have no clue. Regardless, I immediately told him he had to leave or I would tell the groomsmen to escort his ass out. He didn't seem fazed. He just grabbed me by the arms and said very clearly, I can't survive without you, OP. Looking me in the eyes and holding on to me so tight, it hurt. In that moment I went from unsettled to flat-out scared. I told him I had nothing to say to him, and that he needed help, but he acted as if he couldn't hear me. He just held tighter, leaned in really close as if he was going to kiss me, and then when I turned my head away he broke down and started crying. Full-on sobbing in the middle of the hallway. One of the groomsmen came around just in time, recognized my ex, assessed the situation, and then peeled him off of me. He didn't call the police. He just said this to my ex, listen, man, I've been there. But you can't do shit like this. You gotta go home. For whatever reason my ex listened. A couple of minutes later he left in a cab and I explained what happened to the groomsmen in further detail. We decided we would tell my brother after as to not ruin his and his wife's special day. It was a small town venue so there was no security there. But I trusted that my ex wouldn't come back. Fast forward to last night. A week later. I was sitting at home talking to my roommate and all of a sudden I got a call from an unknown number. I didn't answer it the first time but the second time I did. It wasn't him. It was actually his ex. The girl he had cheated on me with. Kathy. Apparently after I broke up with him they got back together and she was calling me to confirm that he had crashed my brother's wedding. I told her truth and then I politely asked her not to contact me again because I want no involvement in their relationship. She popped off on me saying, "You're a stupid fucking shut. Why would you get so pissed at him for cheating on you and then cheat with him when he's with someone else? You dumb witch." It was a whole lot of that and a whole lot of screaming. I have no idea what he told her, but nothing happened between us at the wedding. He tried to kiss me, I didn't accept it and then he got kicked out. I said as much, and then I hung up. And now people are saying she's pregnant with his kid. I don't know. It's a whole bunch of crazy, and I'm glad I don't have to deal with it anymore. The fact that he had me convinced he was a decent person for 5 straight months is embarrassing. Obviously he's in a bad place right now. I've been there, as I'm sure we all have, so I can empathize with him in this strange way, but this is too much. I'm going to get tested very soon just in case, and then hopefully I can put this relationship behind me.